I see you. Let's talk about this honestly. One of the most dangerous things happening in parenting today is you can do anything at any time. And parents say this with compassion. I say this with compassion, not condemnation, okay? Because many of us genuinely love our children, we really love them. But then, what are we doing? We are not sacrificing, okay? We are sacrificing. We are not sacrificing to do the real work. We are sacrificing. We are showing up. We are trying. But effort alone does not automatically produce healthy children. Effort alone does not automatically produce healthy parenting. And one truth changed my own entire mindset. Okay? One truth change, because parenting is not just about feeding. Parenting is not about providing home, providing shelter, providing paying school fees. That is not all parenting is to. That is not all parenting is to. Parenting is shaping a human life. Parenting is shaping a human life, and that is why you need this. You need to be trained as a steward. Hello, everyone. Hello, amazing parents. Yeah, welcome to today's conversation. Welcome to today's conversation. We are talking about why every parent, thank you so much, ma. Thank you, ma, for being here. Why every parent needs to be trained as a steward. Why every parent needs to be trained as a steward, okay? I'm Coach Ruth Ihabome, the founder of the Equitable Parents Hub, and you are welcome to today's conversation, okay? And today we are talking about something many parents avoid admitting. Why a steward must be trained and coached. And parents, if you've ever felt overwhelmed, many parents, in fact, I had a conversation with somebody 2 days ago. The person was telling me that, where did that one even come from, that you train people to parent? And how can you train somebody to be a parent? Yes, the truth is, your love alone is not enough. Your whatever you have, your showing up is not enough. What you need is training. What you need is the right mindset, okay? The right mindset to do this work, because you will keep bleeding on these children, okay? Because overwhelmed, confused, emotionally exhausted, unsure if you are getting it right, or what you're unsure of what you are even doing. You're tired of repeating the same corrections. Then this conversation is for you, okay? Because many parents are not failing because they don't care. They are struggling because they don't know that they've not been trained, okay? They are struggling because nobody taught them how to parent intentionally. Nobody taught them how to steward human lives, okay? I was also in that place. I was also in that shoe. I genuinely thought, okay, when you are overwhelmed, it was okay, because that was what I saw. Even though I knew parenting was supposed to be intentional, even though I was advocating for that, I was speaking that you don't hit children, you don't do this, you don't do that. But then I believe love was enough, okay? But I had a breaking point. Sorry about that. Top season. So correction was enough. Sacrifice was enough. That's the mindset many parents have. Okay, so you try harder, you keep correcting, you explain more, you act faster, but internally you are exhausted, because no matter how much effort you put in, some behaviors repeat themselves. Emotional disconnection shows up, frustration keeps showing up, keep building, and you remember asking yourself, you ask yourself quietly, what is happening here? Okay, why does this feel so hard? Why do I feel like I'm always reacting? Why didn't anybody teach us? Why didn't anybody hand truth over to us? Why didn't anybody equip us for this role? Okay, these things before becoming parents. Why didn't nobody teach us? Why didn't nobody give us these tools before we became parents? And honestly, parents, many of us inherited survival patterns. We inherited survival parenting, not healthy parenting. We inherited parenting done anyhow, fear-based parenting, emotional disconnected parenting. Children should just obey parenting. That's the kind of parenting we inherited. Children should just obey. I obey because I am the parent, obey because I said so. But very few of us were taught emotional regulation. Many of us were not taught emotional regulation. That's why today you tell your children and the Gen Z children, they are ingrate. Hi, thank you for being here. They are ingrate. We are not taught communication skills. We are not taught about child development. We are not taught emotional attunement, intentional guidance. Nobody taught us. And these are tools that are really needed for parenting. These are tools that are needed to raise another human life. So you tell people that, is it you that will train me? Is it you that will teach me? Yes, parenting is a skill. And every steward, no steward does a good job without training. Stewardship is a role that you do. You get trained before you become a steward. And even for parenting, you get trained to do it too. You get to learn how to do this role. Okay, you get to learn how to do it. So many parents today are trying to raise emotionally healthy children with emotionally unhealthy tools, which will not work. You're trying to raise emotionally healthy children, and then you are unhealthy. How will you be able to do that? How will you be able to do that? You cannot do that. You cannot raise emotionally healthy children with unhealthy tools, and that creates internal conflict. You keep struggling, you keep fighting with yourself. You tell yourself, oh, why is parenting? Parenting is hard. You cannot be a parent if you have not been tried. Oh, parenting is tough. Parenting is hard work. And then you keep bleeding. You have internal conflict. Okay? So my own breaking point came when I realized something painful but powerful. Okay, parenting affects another human being's emotional life. Parenting affects another human being's emotional life. So that's why you need this training. That's why you need to be trained to become a steward. But many parents just feel that, oh, I provide for them food, I give them the best food, I tell you, I buy pizza for them, I buy shawarma, I buy them ice cream. That is not all there is to parenting. Parenting is more than that. Parenting is far more than that. Parenting has to do with raising a whole human, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Every area of a human's life has to be shaped. So that is why a steward needs training. It's not about showing up by providing, giving food, bringing clothing, giving shelter, paying school fees. That is good, but that is not enough. Those are touching the basic needs of a human life. Parenting deserves you to go more in depth. It deserves you to do more. Parenting affects another human's life, another human being's emotional life. That is where parenting gets to. So your parenting, everything you do in your parenting wires a human life. That is why you need training. That is why you need to be coached, because you cannot see your blind spots. You cannot see your blind spot. You keep struggling and tell yourself, oh, I'm doing fine, I'm okay. But parenting affects, and this is not just about behavior. This is not just about behavior. So parenting has, sorry about that. So parenting has to do more than just buying clothing, just making them look good, just buying them gadgets. Parenting goes beyond that. It has to do with another human life's emotional needs. It has to do with spiritual needs. It has to do with physical, emotional needs. So don't be thinking, oh, you have provided all this and it is enough. It is not enough. Parenting has to do, it's not just about behavior. It's not just about your child coming first in competitions, coming first in their school, coming first in their class. Parenting goes far beyond that. You need training to do this. You need to be trained. You need to have the right mindset. That is why you need this steward. That's why you need to become a steward parent, because parenting is about identity. Parenting is about identity. Many of our children, they don't know who they are. Even you, the parents, you are not even sure of who you are. So how will you be able to? So that is why you need training. You need to be grounded. You need to be sure of yourself so that you can. Parenting is modeling. Parenting is being an example. You need to be able to become this example for your children. Okay, parenting is identity, is emotional safety. It's about confidence, building trust, building self-worth, so that your children know that no matter where they find themselves, even if they are in Potiphar's palace, they will not bow. That is self-worth. Okay, it's about building future relationships, because parenting will not just end with parenting is not just now. Parenting is about legacy. It's about future relationship. Okay, so that is why many of us now say, okay, go and stay with your parents. You cannot go there and just relax and just have fun with your parents. Why? Because you are struggling. There was no connection initially, so there was no future relationship now. Oh, is it not money? Let me just give them money and just move on. Parenting is about building future relationship, a relationship where you can have cordial and peaceful connection with your parents. That is what parenting is about. And suddenly you realize that if people train for careers, People train for careers, people train for marriage, people train for businesses, people train for leadership, okay? For even driving and even public speaking. You see people going for public speaking classes. Yes, people go for train for public speaking classes, okay? But why do we think parenting requires no learning? Why do you now feel that it's now parenting that does not require learning? Or you just be doing it and you use what your parents gave to you, and your parents did not train and they did a good job. No, they did not do a good job. Okay, they did not do a good job. So that is why you should do better. They did the best they know how to do. They did very well, but that is not all parenting is. There's more to parenting than what your parents gave you, than what you saw your parents doing. You have to learn that. You even followed a pregnant woman to a labor ward does not mean that you automatically know how to do it yourself, how to give birth to yourself. You have to go through the process. You have to go through the process of the birthing process to be able to do it yourself. So it is parenting, it's for yourself, not what you saw your parents do. Besides, the times have changed. We are living in a different world. We are living in a different time. The times have changed. The world is no more what it was during your time. Okay, and your children have evolved because of their environment, because of the world, the current world. Now everything is changed. So you cannot rely on what you saw. You cannot rely on what you saw your parents do. Okay. You now feel that okay, everything needs training, but you now feel that okay, parenting affects human lives more deeply than almost anything else. Parenting affects human life, okay, more deeply than anything else. So that's why many people get offended when I tell them that if you were raised by somebody else, you wouldn't have been this person, and that is the truth. That is the truth. A parent is the first environment of their child. A parent is the first environment of their children. So a badly designed tower can collapse physically, but unhealthy parenting can collapse a child emotionally for years. A badly designed tower can collapse physically. How can you build a tower and just build it? It will collapse. So that also applies to a human life. That also applies to your children. If you use unhealthy parenting patterns, it will collapse eventually. They may be well behaved now, they may be compliant now, but eventually it will collapse. It will collapse. So that is why you need this parents. You need to be trained. So that realization even humbled me. This realization humbled me deeply. That you are raising another human life. So it humbles me deeply. You understand that stewardship parenting requires more than just good intentions. You have good intentions, you just carry gadgets and give your children. You give your 2-year-old, you place your 1-year-old, you put them in their baby seat and put them in the front of the television. You are busy. You are busy. You don't even know. You are so blind. And then these are blind spots that require you. These are blind spots that a coach, a trainer is supposed to make you see them and then be able to guide your children thereafter. These are blind spots. Okay. So, and this realization humbles me. It humbles me deeply because stewardship parenting requires more than good intentions. Good intention, you just buy stuff and just give your children. You don't know which one is appropriate. In fact, you are not even there. You are a busy person. You're always busy doing nothing. So, you are doing a lot. Oh, you are busy. They should bring out everything you are doing and start checking it one after the other and see if you're actually busy. So parenting requires you to be trained. So stop saying you're busy, and then you're not giving out time for the most important thing in your life, your children, your bloodline. Your bloodline is the most important thing in your life. If the foundation is faulty, everything collapses soon. Exactly. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Even with your righteousness, what will you be able to do? So that is why you need to be trained. So parenting is not something you do subconsciously. You just do it because you carry the child in your womb. because you are a parent, because you're an adult, you feel you are supposed to be a parent. No, parenting is supposed to make you feel, it's supposed to, that the realization of raising a human life is supposed to humble you. That realization is supposed to make you feel humble. Like I tell parents, any platform I speak on, I tell them that parenting is something that should make any human scared, because these are another human lives. It's supposed to make you scared. Okay, supposed to make you scared, and then do the right thing, because parenting is seed time. Parenting is seed time. You are sowing seed to your children. You are sowing seed. Your children are seed. Your seed. They are going to sprout out. They are going to become trees. They are going to grow up. So that is why you need to be trained. So this stewardship parenting requires awareness. It requires awareness. It requires learning. It requires growth. It requires support. It requires coaching. You have blind spots. You cannot see them on your own. Yes, you cannot see them on your own. You keep groping in the dark. You be saying, oh, okay, they said don't hit. Okay, don't yell. Don't do this. Don't do that. Oh, I will not hit today. Tomorrow you get frustrated, and then you start biting. You start hitting everybody, because you have not gotten the awareness yet. You have not learned it. So parenting goes far beyond that. It requires a lot from you. So understanding the need for training, everything will shift when you stop seeing parenting as you're automatically supposed to know this because you're an adult, because you were parented. It is going to shift when you stop seeing parenting as that. When you stop seeing parenting as because it's an automatic thing. It is not. I remember then when I used to tell some parents, they'll say, he will learn now. She will learn now. She will now they are parents. They are parents, they will learn. No, it's not an automatic thing. It requires time. It requires growth. It requires awareness. It is from awareness that somebody grows. So many people, in fact, there are some 18-year-olds, some 17-year-olds. They do some things that even you that is very young, you sit and cringe. Why? Because they have not been aware of that part of them. They've not picked that awareness yet. Okay? And you start seeing parenting as, I must intentionally learn this. That mindset will change everything, because trained parents better. Trained parents differently. Trained parents differently. So what coaching and training help parents do? Training helps parents understand children emotionally. It also helps parents respond instead of react. So many parents are just reacting. They are just reacting. It's still just doing it. Oh, you mean you did that? Oh, I sent you on an errand. Yesterday I sent my daughter on an errand. She went there and then she said she was going to buy something. I gave her money. She now went there and saw her friends and was now playing. I went back to call her and she came back inside the house. So many of us, we instead of us to respond to the child's behavior, we start reacting. Hey, you today, I will kill you today. I sent you. You went to go and play. You will be reacting instead of responding. Parenting needs training, and this training helps you to respond. It helps you respond instead of just reacting, instead of just being all over the place. Parenting helps you. Training helps parents to respond and stop reacting. It helps you to communicate effectively. Trained parents can communicate effectively. They learn how to communicate effectively. Many of us, we feel that we have I not said this before, but you have not said it in a way that the child understood. So you have to communicate effectively in the tone and manner with which the child will understand. Because discipline without emotional connection will cause damage. Discipline without emotional connection will cause damage. So that is why you need to be trained, because to learn how to discipline without emotional damage. Because when you discipline without emotional wisdom, emotional control, emotional maturity, you cause damage, and then it severes your relationship, and then there's another life at the other side. So that is why you need this training. You need it training, because there's another life at the other side, which is a human life that is going to breed other lives tomorrow. So another thing that training helps parents do is to regulate themselves under stress. You'll be able to manage yourself under stress. So there's a growth that training helps you achieve. There's a growth that training will help you achieve, and you will even marvel when you see yourself. You will marvel at what you have been able to do. You'll be like, and it wasn't me that all this pressure, I'm able to stand all this pressure. Yes, that is what training does. That is what training does. Training helps you to regulate yourself under stress, under pressure. And most importantly, this is the core of my stewardship message. It helps you to break unhealthy patterns. It will help you break unhealthy patterns. This is the core of my message. Patterns, unhealthy patterns, unhealed patterns. You just be going and then you just feel that everything is fine. No, parenting needs you to heal. Parenting needs you to do a healing work on yourself. Parenting needs you to be you will parent yourself. Yes, that is what training will give you. It will help you reparent yourself. It will help you nurture yourself, refather yourself, remother yourself, give yourself all those love you think, or you even you don't know yet until you undergo those training. You will start seeing a blind spot that you have never seen before. So another thing that training helps you to do, it helps you to raise emotionally secure children. It helps you to raise emotionally secure children, because emotionally secure children are grounded people. It's emotionally secure children are intentional children. They are not children that are children that are just all over the place. No. When you are trained, you'll be able to raise children who are emotionally secured, children who cannot be bullied, children who know who they are. They are grounded. Their identity is sure. Their identity, they know who they are, whose they are. Their identity is sure. Okay, so that is what training help you do. So stop telling yourself, oh, I don't need to be trained. My parents were not trained. These people that used to create this one, they will just be looking for money. They will be looking. No, I'm not doing this because of money. Because you cannot pay me. You cannot pay me. Is it the 100? I'll be 1 million. How much are you paying me? You cannot pay me. You cannot pay me. So this is just to make you commit and learn this process. You cannot pay me. Okay? So stop saying people are looking for your money. How much is the money? Come and learn. Come and be trained. Because you cannot parent without training. You cannot parent without training. So because if the foundation is faulty, parenting is foundation. Parenting is seed time. Parenting is foundation. And like I've always said, parenting is legacy. Parenting is not about the present. Parenting is not about your child. Parenting is not about your children. It's about generations that you will never meet. Yes, that's what parenting is about. You're just a custodian of time. You are just a custodian of time. You will pass the baton over. So what are you passing over? What will you be passing over to your children? So that is why you need to be trained. That is why you say all these people they are looking for money. How much will you pay me? How much? How much do you want to pay me? So parenting is a trained job. Parenting is a trained job. So before growth and learning, children feel something, you react. Why are you always careless? I remember I just told you now to remove that thing from here. You just go there and slap the child. Boys, you bring out cane and flog the child. So that's what happened before growth. That's what happened before you learn. You keep reacting. You keep bleeding on your children. Okay? You hit them. You slap them. You say bad words to them. You shame them because they made a mistake. But after growth and your coaching, after you have been able to be trained, you know that mistakes happen. You know that mistakes happen, and you make mistakes too. So let's clean it and learn to be more careful next time. You tell your child, let's clean this and be more careful next time. So that is what growth and training brings. Same moment, different impact. Same moment and different impacts. So that is what training helps you do, because trained parenting focuses on development, not emotional dumping. Many of us use our children as dumping ground, punching bags. We use our children, oh, because you are overwhelmed, you just come back from work and everybody's collecting, everywhere is shouting, yeah, everybody. What's happened now? What happened now? Parenting requires you to focus on development and not just on emotional dumping. Parenting requires you to focus on development, because parenting is a seed time, is a building time. What are you packing? You are building the world of your child. You are a constructor. You are constructing the world of your child. What are you constructing? I say you are going to pass the baton over. What are you passing over? What are you passing over? So you say, these people, they are looking for money. They are looking for, you don't have time. You are busy. Busy doing what? At the end of the day, sit down and analyze. Sit down and analyze. You will see that you are not doing anything. You're not doing anything with your time. And this thing needs a lot of your time. It needs you. Parenting is seed time. If the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? What can you do? Even as a righteous man, what will you be able to achieve if that foundation which is your parenting time, if it is destroyed? You'll be running everywhere looking for prophets. Oh, my son is now a drug addict. Hey, my daughter is now this. Why? Because you never paid attention. You were not aware. Now they say, okay, they have created something for you to come and learn. You say, that's small, that's small. Who is, how old is our children? How many this one? It is a skill. Come and learn. Parenting is not something you do without training. Stewards get trained, and parenting is stewardship. Parenting is leadership. You train for driving, you train for leadership, you train for your careers. So why don't you want to get trained for parenting? You need to be trained. So why steward parenting must be coached today? Why they must be coached and trained today? Because children today are growing in a completely different world. Children today are growing in a completely different world. They are exposed to social media, and you are the ones that expose them. You are the one that hand them over. You give them gadgets. You give them phone. Go to your house. You there with your laptop. Your laptop is connected to Wi-Fi. Your house, the television is always on. Always on. Let them not be bored. Let them be happy. You don't want to have conflict with them. Parenting is seed time. What are you putting? Is it social media that you are putting inside their bag, that you are using to construct for the future? Another thing that makes the world different is emotional pressure. Your children are going through emotional pressure, identity confusion. Those things you expose them to confuses them. Those fast-moving things that they are thinking, okay, this one that I'm just seeing now, this one now is happening, that one now is happening. They are confused. Comparison culture. Most adults in their life, you just leave them for anybody. Your brother will just come and say anything. Your neighbor will come and say anything. Your daddy, your brother, anybody that comes will just say anything. They are comparing your children. Or even you yourself, you are the one comparing them. Your brother is gentler than you, and your sister is even finer than you. See your mouth, see your head, see your hand, you compare your children. Meanwhile, your child is unique for themselves. They are unique for their own journey. Okay, so but you compare them, and then that is disruptive. So information overload. You give them you give them your phone to babysit them. You give them a gadget to babysit them, and then they are having so many information. A lot is happening before these children. So that is why parenting needs to be learned. You need to learn so that you can be able to guide these children. If not, you will keep misleading them. Parenting has to do with human lives. Parenting has to do with human life. Parenting is not something that you feel that somebody that I've told you, somebody I heard telling his children, "I will kill you." He's the same person that was saying, "Oh, I want to go and adopt. I need more children. I want to go and adopt other children." You've not been able to manage the ones you have in your hand. In fact, if the wife is even giving, the wife is pregnant, she will soon deliver. You want to go and adopt another one, and the other ones you have in your, you have not been able to raise them. You've not been able to raise them. You want to go and adopt. So, children are not objects. Children are not dolls that you just dress them up and they will look good. They are human beings. They make mistakes. They have shortcomings. So you have to learn this stuff. You have to learn how to regulate yourself, how to control how to regulate yourself, how to build yourself, how to grow in this journey. If not, you keep hurting your children, you keep bleeding, because children are exposed to a lot. Children need more than just food. Your child needs more than school fees. They need more than clothing. They need far more than what you are providing. Your children need your healthy you. Your children need you to become a different parent. They need your becoming. So it's in your becoming that your children becomes. It is in your becoming. So stop being erratic. Oh, when they do today, hey, you mean you did that? You become an Indaboskip mother. You are screaming. Everybody on your street is wondering what is happening. What is happening in that house? So, and you start telling your children, you are not gentle. You are not gentle. Meanwhile, when you are triggered, when you are frustrated, all the demons in you come out. The room tiger in you will come out. And you start telling your children that you are not gentle. So your children need far more than food. They need more than school fees. They need more than that shelter. Then people, you are here, you are complaining. You are complaining. I'm harsh. That food you are eating, many children are on the street, they do not see it. Yes, thank you for the food you provided, but your children want more. Okay? Thank you for the school fees you have paid, but they want more. They need, not even want, they need more from you. They need your growth. They need your growth. They need your maturity. They need the emotional maturity. They need emotional intelligence. Because without it, emotional intelligence is the core in parenting. It's not the emotional intelligence you learn for leadership out there. For parenting, you need to be able to handle smaller children. You need to be able to handle teenagers. You need to be able to handle young adults. You need emotional intelligence for parenting because you need to be able to handle children at all phases. You need to be able to handle toddlers. You need to be able to handle young children. You need to be able to handle teenagers, preteens. Yes, you need to be able to handle young adults. So I'm talking, you're looking at me. Are you the first teenager? I've been a teenager before. That is not the emotional intelligence you learned for your leadership program out there. It's not the same emotional intelligence you need for parenting. Parenting is a different ball game because these children are not adults that can package them, that can put themselves together out there. Your children cannot put themselves together. They don't know how to put themselves. They will learn how to put themselves together from you. So stop saying, oh, that you don't need this stuff. You don't need this stuff. That who will now teach me? Who will now teach you? Yes, a prophet is not honored in their hometown. But I know you have a change of mindset after now, and see the need to be trained. And see the need to be trained. Okay, children need more than the provision, the things you provide for them. Your children need more than the stuff you provide for them. Oh, my light just went off. So they need emotional intelligence. Your children need emotional intelligence. They also need your guidance. Your children need guidance. And many parents are trying to handle modern challenges with outdated emotional tools. Outdated emotional tools. You are trying to use them to handle a child that is is in 2026, a child that you place in front of a television, a child that has the tendency that wants to explore their world, their immediate environment. You will now use the time that there was no handset. You want to use that mindset to raise your children. Come on now, it will not work. It will not work. Okay, yes, you can't plant an orange seed and expect to harvest apple. Exactly. You cannot plant an orange tree and you are thinking, Shebi, is it only in America they used to do apple? You too, you want to get apple, right? You want to get apple and you planted an orange tree, you will get an orange. So whatever you sow is what you will get. So stop telling yourself that your children should become. Stop forcing them, stop stifling them, stop telling them to become, and you are not becoming. You are very erratic. When you are angry here, when you are triggered, when you are frustrated, everywhere we know that you are around. In fact, your children even say it, that my daddy will just come and be flogging us. We don't know what we did. Imagine that. That means you don't give room for your children to be able to talk to you. Because if they have been telling you that, you'll be able to. If you know that, you should be able to have this discussion. You should be able to have these conversations with them. You don't talk to them. You don't have these conversations with them. So that is why you need training. You need to be able to know what to do part-time. Imagine a child saying that our daddy will just come and be flogging us. At this time and age, our daddy will just come and be flogging us and we don't know what we do, what we did. So that is why you need to be trained. You need this mindset shift. You need this mindset. You need to embrace your stewardship, because you cannot be calling yourself a steward and then you are not trained. Stewards are trained people. You cannot go to a 5-star hotel now. You just see anybody that will just come there anyhow, and you cannot be. Before you go to the house of a king, before you walk there, you have to be trained. You have to be trained. That applies also to parenting. That applies to your children. They need your training. They need your emotional maturity. Sorry, let me put on this light. So they need your training. They need your emotional maturity. So many parents are trying to handle modern with tools that are not existing again. Tools are no longer in existence. You are trying to use them in your parenting. It will not work. It will not work. So that's why coaching matters. That is why training matters. So I need you to join that group coaching. Okay? Join our group coaching class. Join our group coaching class so that you can be able to learn this stuff. Join our group coaching. Join it so that you can be trained. Training matters because coaching helps parents become self-aware. It helps you become self-aware. Imagine that your children have the opinion that our daddy will just come and be flogging us and we don't know what we did. Imagine that. So but coaching will help you to become self-aware, and then you be like, okay, all this while I've been like a demon, a monster to my own children. So coaching will also help you to become emotionally mature. It will help you to become emotionally mature. It will help you to become intentional. So intentional living, intentional. Everybody say they are purpose driven, they're intentional. Are you actually intentional? So that's what coaching helps you to do. It will help you to become intentional. And so sorry about that. So coaching helps you to become equipped. You have these tools to be able to handle your parenting challenges. You have these tools to find joy in parenting, to find patience in handling your children. You have the tools to become proactive. That's what parenting needs. It needs you to be proactive, because when you are always trying to meet the challenges that they arrive, you will keep messing things up. Parenting needs you to be proactive. Plan for your seasons. Plan for your seasons. That's what parenting needs you to become. Coaching helps you to become equipped. It helps you, training helps you to be equipped. I told us of you go to 5-star hotel, you see stewards, you go to the house of a king, the house of a ruler. You see, the people there are not people that just act anyhow, you just come and drop something, hey, you just, no. They are trained people. So, and you that is raising the child of a king, you are raising the child of God, God's children. You don't want to be trained. You want to be doing it anyhow. As they are doing it, you are knocking them. You are knocking them, you are slapping them. So that is not equipment. You are not equipped. That is why you are doing what you are. That's why you are still using your hands to hit. That's why you are using your hands to hurt other people. You have to learn these things. I've been able to achieve it. Even in my frustration and everything, I've been able to achieve it. That's why I talk boldly, because we can all do it. We can all become stewards. Yes, we can all become stewards of these destinies. We can steward them instead of stifling them, instead of damaging them through in the name of discipline. You beat a child, the lesson child will die. You continue beating. Or you beat a child, the lesson child will faint. You continue beating. You say, I did not kill my parents. You tell you say I must flog. Oh. How can you tell me that we should not flog the children? Some children need to be flogged. So that's what coaching helps you to. It will give you this equipment. It will give you equipment to give you tools to be able to parent your children without having to damage or destroy or stifle their destinies. And parents, let me say this lovingly, love without growth can still hurt children unintentionally. Love without growth can hurt your children unintentionally. That's why stewardship parenting requires continuous learning. You love your child and then you are not growing. You think your child will remain that tiny baby you brought from the hospital. No, they are going to grow. They are going to grow. And are you growing too? Are you growing with them? Are you growing with your children? Or you just want to remain that young man, that young woman that has teeth, unruffled white? You want to remain that person? No. Parenting requires you to fold your sleeve and work. It requires you to serve. That is what stewardship parenting is about. It's about service. Stewardship parenting is about service. It's about giving. It's about service. So it requires continuous learning. It's not just about the now. It's a continuous learning process. It's a continuous learning process. So now, when parents become trained and intentional, everything changes. When parents become trained and intentional, everything changes. You begin to see calmer parenting. Or if it's many of us, yesterday I sent my child to go and buy. She said she was the one that said she wanted to go and buy something. If it's if it was back then now, say, you could go and kneel down. Go and kneel down. Can I send you? Forget what I sent you. You went to go and be playing with your friends. You go and bring koboko and flog the child very well. You flog the child. Next time when I send you, you go to where I send you. Next time when I send you, just go to where I send you. Really? So, but when you are trained, you begin to see calmer parenting. You'll be able to communicate in a healthier pattern. You'll be able to build stronger emotional connection. You build stronger emotional connection. So that is what you get when you are trained. That is what you get when you are coached as a parent. You'll be able to build calmer homes. This light, why is it? Sorry. You'll be able to build calmer homes, healthier communication patterns, stronger emotional connection. Because parenting is relationship. Parenting is relationship. It's not just your parenting, just give them food, give them food, give them clothing. Your 12-year-old is already doing drugs. You don't know. I mean, a platform, one woman was saying that her teenager is doing lesbianism. Did he just fall down? So parenting requires you to be present. We're not saying you should not work. It requires you to have tools. You can be a working parent and still be equipped. You can work and be equipped to be functional in your parenting journey, your parenting role. You can have stronger emotional connection with your children. So these are the things you'll be able to do. More trust, less chaos. Less chaos. More confidence as a parent. Many parents are scared. You don't want conflict with your children. You don't want them to say, oh, and you don't want them to bang the door. So you become permissive. You become permissive parents. You just allow them because you don't want conflict. You know, it's like your children are already stepping out of bounds. You don't want to call them to order. You are scared. You are not confident as a parent. You're not confident. You don't know your role. So you're a guide. You're a guide. You're a steward. These destinies have been placed in your hands. So, but you're not confident. But when you get coached, when you get trained, you'll be able to do this stuff. You'll be able to coach, able to guide confidently because you know it is your duty. You have the wisdom to be able to handle it. Not running away from it. You are running away from guiding because you don't want conflict. But parenting needs you to be confident. It needs your confidence. Not because parenting becomes perfect. Your training, your coaching, it does not mean that you become perfect. All the stewards you see, it does not mean that they will become perfect people. No. But because you stop parenting blindly, you stop parenting without awareness, and parents that shift, and that shifts what you are giving this generation. Like I said, parenting is, you are a custodian, so it's not about the now. It is not about you. There's a bigger picture. It's about legacy. Okay, and that shift changes, and it affects your generations. That shift changes generations. That shift changes everything and affects your generation, and it changes generations. That shift changes generations. It affects generations because it's not about you. It's not about the now. It's about the generations to come. So, like we said, don't plant an apple orange tree and you're flogging the orange tree. That why you know apple? Why you know apple? That means something is, yeah, you need to fix yourself. You need fixing. You need fixing because orange will always produce orange. You will always produce after your kind. So stop telling your children that why you not gentle. Shola, why you not gentle? Bisola, why you not calm? Adebimpe, why you not gentle? Meanwhile, you the parents, Debola, how is your own how are you? You're erratic, emotionally immature. When you beat them like animals, and tell yourself that yes, I am a good parent. You're not a good parent, though. You need training. You need to learn these things because your training, your coaching, you're being coached changes generation. It shifts. That shift changes generation. It changes what you hand over to the next generation. Because parenting is not about you. It's not just about you. Okay? So you ask, you tell yourself, who taught me how to parent? You ask yourself, who taught me how to parent? Who taught me how to parent? Am I parenting intentionally or repeating patterns? Be asking yourself, do I react more than I guide? What areas do I need growth in as a parent? What areas do I need growth as a parent? So ask yourself all those questions and see the need why parenting is something that you are supposed to be taught about. You're supposed to learn. Parenting is a learned role. It's a learned job. So do you react more than you guide? You're not guiding. All you're just thinking about, just flog them very well. Flog them. So now we have told you why parenting requires you to be trained. I hope that you have been writing. So stewardship parenting is humility. Stewardship parenting is humility. Like I said, anytime I go to speak in any event, I tell them parenting is a road that humbles you, that should humble you, because it requires you raising another life. It requires you raising another life. So stewardship parenting is humility. It is admitting I love my child enough to grow. So it's not about having good intention. It's not about having good intention. Parenting is far more than your intention. It's you loving your child to the extent of you growing. So not enough to control. Not just about you controlling your children. Not enough to dominate, but enough to become equipped. You love your child enough to grow, not enough to dominate them, not enough to control them. So parenting is not about controlling your child. Parenting is not about your will always, not about your emotions. Parenting is not an emotional role. I used to tell people parenting is not common sense. Parenting is not common sense. You tell yourself, copy people now, copy him now, copy him. Parenting is not common sense. Parenting is not common sense. Parenting is a skill. It's not common sense. It's a skill that requires you to learn it, because parenting involves human lives. So that is why you need to be trained. And human lives deserve intentional guidance. So stop babysitting your children with gadgets. Stop babysitting your children with stuff. Human life requires intentional guidance. Human life requires awareness and aware environment. What kind of environment are you creating for your child? Everywhere is a chaotic. Hey, you go and bring this one. Hey, you throw this one. Hey, bring this one. Everywhere. Everybody is shouting. Everybody everywhere. So, but parenting requires you to grow. It requires a growth journey for you as a parent. So I know you are ready to stop parenting from confusion, survival, and emotional exhaustion. I know you are ready to parent from and stop. You are ready to grow and start parenting from wisdom instead of confusion, survival, and emotional exhaustion. So that is why you should join. In fact, we are starting Steward Tribals Accelerator. It's a 12-week program that is going to be life changing. Okay, so it's different from the annual program. Okay, it's different from the annual program. This 12-week program is a life changing program that you would. So just book your slot. It's just a 40,000 naira. Like I said, you cannot pay me. So your 40,000 naira is shouting, and there are all these coaches. They are looking for money. How much is the money? Is 100,000? The 100,000 is not money. Even if you are paying me 1 million, you cannot pay me. Yes, I say so. You cannot pay me. So that is why you need to learn parenting. Parenting is a commitment. Parenting is a commitment. So join the Steward Accelerators program, because inside we help parents learn how to regulate emotions. We help parents guide without fear. We help parents to communicate effectively, discipline wisely, to raise emotionally healthy children. That is what this program is about. The program is about raising stewards, bringing out the stewards in you, the steward that have time. That time you say you don't have. You will see that after this program, you will see that, come on now. Is it me that is engaging so much with my children? Is it me that have all this time to give my children? You will have a lot of time for your family and you will enjoy it. So that is what this program helps you to do, because children deserve parents who are not only loving but equipped. So that is what training gives you. It gives you equipment. It gives you tools. It gives you tools. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope that Thank you everyone that have joined me to the end of this class. Imagine, there are just few people that followed me to the end. If I have a present now to give, it's only people that will give them to. So try and be staying in a class. Try to stay in a class. Don't just come and leave. Parenting is a learned skill because your children deserve parents who are equipped, and is in classes like this you get equipment, is in classes like this you get tools, you get emotional maturity. So join that program, because all of this, everything we do here on the general platform is just awareness. We're just bringing it to you that, oh, you need more than this stuff. You need more than your reactive parenting. You need to be able to respond. So that is what we give to you. Okay, so thank you all so much for staying with me to this time. I really appreciate you all, and I hope to see you in that 12-week program, because as I am working on the curriculum, so I'm working on everything. It's just giving me so much joy. It's giving me so much happiness for the transformation, for the lives that will be changed, for the lives that will be changed. I am really excited to be having that program. So please book your slot and join that Steward Tribals Accelerator for 1st of July. See you inside the program. Okay, it's different from the annual program. But let's start. You can start with this one, okay? You can still join this one. Thank you all for being here. Bye. See you same time, 12 o'clock next week, Wednesday. Do well to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Like this video and share this class. Share the class. Share the class. Please kindly share our classes. Share our links. God bless you. See you next week.